My name is Akicha Coates and I'm from Henrietta, Essequibo Coast. I migrate from Guyana to St. Nevis in 2001, myself and husband. As we was living there, my mom called me, said that one Mr. Ricardo Sim have a land to sell in Richmond Scheme, which is the next village next to us. She said the price of the land is 400,000, and that was in 2004. The price of the land is 400,000, but Mr. Sim was only going to do an agreement of sale because he couldn't transfer the transport of the time. The transport is a 2003 transport, and it would be up to transfer until 2011. But in the meantime, we did an agreement of sale via JP, not we, because I was overseas. My mom did on behalf of me via JP, and in the agreement of sale, it states that I pay 200,000 now and 200,000 at the transferring of the transport. In the meantime, possession is given to me by the vendor and so on. So we had to wait until 2011 to transfer the transport. Whilst living over there, my mom, I continued to live in St. Nevis until 2011. 2011, I remigrate. I asked my mom, I'm ready to finish, the time is up and I'm ready. Well, she told me that Mr. Sim migrated, that was sometime in 2005, but he said, he sent a message with a cousin of his to tell her that I left the document with Marva Sim to finish the deal. In 2018, I completely full the land, get excavated, dig out back drain, front drain. Now I started to upgrade the drainage system. I changed it from wood into concrete, construct a concrete. During this time, I'm passing and do stuff as I get the money. You know, I do bit by bit, bit by bit. So it's years work has been going on the land bit by bit. Like sometime in July of 2021, while I was doing the concrete coker in front, I go on the land and I see a sign. I say a no trespassing sign. But it wasn't even up, like the breeze, whoever put it, the breeze blew it down. It was on the face. But when I pick it up, it said no trespassing, ordered by Mr. Ricardo Sim. I can't find Mr. Sim, so I go to a lawyer. I go to Mr. Dindial and he said, you have to find this person's address to write to them to transfer this thing. But in the meantime, if you can't find, you have to find the correct address to write to him to tell him to come complete this deal. In 2021, Mr. Holder and his father, Shurwayne Holder and his father, they came to the land. At that time, I just had a temporary fence. I was doing the coker work. I have 4 pictures of it, doing the coker work in front. The land was already filled with mud, drainage, back and forth, excavator, dig out. I had already planted my trees and everything growing at that time. They came to the land and they put a fence, a mesh fence. I videoed them. From one end to the other end. No gate, no nothing. Like all my plants inside, so I mustn't go in and do anything. At that time, the property is still in Mr. Sim's name.
The court.
I approached the court when they cut down the plants and they go in and start constructing a foundation. They cut down the plants and a week or 2 after, they gone and construct a foundation. At that time, I go to the police again, and that's when they turn up with the transport. They transfer the transport. They did, I don't know it's who, because to follow the document now, Miss Granville, when I spoke to her with the thing and so on, and it was still in Mr. Sim's name, I went back to her to ask her for a copy of the power of attorney. She said she can't give it to me because it's her client. It's showing now that Marva Sim, which is Shurwayne mom, get a new power attorney from Mr. Sim, who lives overseas, to terminate my power attorney, give her a new power attorney, and she sold her land to herself, to her son, claiming for $2 or $3 million. The time in court, when Mr. Holder was asked how he knew, when he knew that somebody else was occupying this land, he said, it's still after he don't buy it. Then when he go to construct, that is until in 2022, then he see me there. And even though when you see me there, you still force your way. You never say, contact this person and see if we could settle it. You force your way in and start the construction. When he started the foundation, that is when Mr. Gellows filed to the court. Whilst we were waiting for the injunction, in 30 days, he completed his foundation and carried up column until the court stopped him. But I lost my case because of lack of enough evidence. Shurwayne defense is that he didn't know the land was sell already because, and he didn't get time to check it before because he was busy in Parliament. Even though he lived 5 minutes from the land, he was too busy in Parliament and whatever. But I lost the case, and he called me like 2 weeks after he lost the case, trying to offer me $1 million, which then I don't spend more than $1 million in the land. What about my $200,000 advance that I paid since when? At that time it was value because the land was $400,000. I just want to share my story because I think I'm doing myself a great injustice and the people of Guyana a great injustice because, you know, Shurwayne Holder is chairman of the opposition. He's a member of Parliament, you know, and I think he took advantage of his position in Parliament in the sense that he knew that he could get away with doing that from that. Remember, they had that deed registry amendment bill that was going through Parliament at the time that he was there. And Mr. Nandalal talked about, you know, that these things is, you know, happening. That's why he brought this bill to Parliament. So Shurwayne, you know, you get shine there and you say, oh, you know, and they have this document. So I don't know what I could do now, but at least I share my story.